A poor joke, Edward Dyson. No, you can count me in, boys. I am off it. I am jack of them practical jokes. They give neither pleasure nor profit, and the fellers that plays them are mokes. I've got sense, though I once was a duffer, and I fooled at my share, I allow, but since conscience has made me to suffer, she is pegging away at me now. You notice I've aged rather early, and the wrinkles are deep on my face? That's sorrer. I am 69, barely. Geez Cap, and I'll tell you my case. It was here on the Springs, we had hit it, and we working the lead on this spot, and we were, to my shame I admit it, a rather unprincipled lot. We were drunk all the day on the Sundays, no keto habit exists, and our exercise mostly on Mondays was feats of endurance with fizz. See, the wash wasn't what we do call wealthy, 10-pennyweight stuff, thereabout, and we took matters easy and healthy. Now we rush for the same, I've no doubt. Well, one morning, from over the border 2 Mongols moved into the camp, which we voted a thing out of order. The climate for chows was too damp. But it happened a couple of troopers arrived on the Springs that same week, so the Chinks, in their opium stupors, didn't wander down into the creek, or get drowned in the dam at the Crescent, as we reckoned might happen somehow. But they settled down, easy and pleasant, and there wasn't the smell of a row. Howsomever, we weren't too long twigging the chows were an ignorant pair, and knew nothing at all about digging, and that was our chance to get square. It was according to Basto's directions, though I volunteered for the game, to ensnare their Mongolian affections, and lay them right onto a claim round the bend where we bottomed a duffer, myself and Pat Foley, right there, where the sinking is deep and is tougher than the hobs of Gehenna, I swear. That shaft was a regular clinker, which it riles me to think of today. Quite a fortnight it took us to sink her, and then we came through on the clay, not the ghost of a handful of gravel. Well, we dropped it without any fuss, on the hill pegged the best we could snavel, and the devil could prospect, for us. But the pagans were not a bit wiser, and I counted it pretty fair game to appear as their friend and advisor, and induce them to take up that claim, by cracking the lay in position so as to get them to sink on the clay, till they struck a hot shop in perdition or tap water in Europe some day. But the heathens were mighty suspicious, wouldn't have it I cared for their sakes. Here, I state that all Trinkies are vicious and I hate them like fever and snakes. Then I tried a new system of dealing, and offered advice at a fee, and they caught on like winking. Fine feeling is wasted on any Chinese. So they pegged out our cast-off, the duffer. The rights they had made out exact, and Ockett, who was boss, wouldn't suffer any little neglect of the act, and I put in their pegs to a fraction, as grave as a brick on a hob, rigged up things to their full satisfaction, and charged them 5 quid for the job. Well, the heathens soon set their picks going, and they seemed rather fond of the graft, though the boys had had trouble in stowing a heap of dead things in the shaft, and we chuckled and thought we had got 'em. I knew I could tickle the pair to keep sinking on into the bottom for gravel that never was there. Next night a most harrowing rumor went round, and the camp was half daft. It was said that a nugget, a boomer, had been found by the chows in our shaft. Point of fact, that the pagans had struck it, had knocked down a sample of wash that looked good for a pound to the bucket, and our joke had gone hopelessly squash. It was correct, boys, by all that is holy. We struck a false bottom, no doubt, and the fortune of Self and of Foley was scooped by Ockett and Uggout. We're resolved that these Chinese were sapping the wealth of the land, and agreed on a project for catching them napping when the troopers rode onto the lead. Yes, we scrambled for claims all around 'em, and we made the foam fly for a week, but the chows had the gilt edge. Confound 'em, they lobbed right on top of the streak. No, your joke, boys, I reckon is risky, and somewhat ridiculous, I think, but I am with you for friendship and whiskey if one of you orders the drink.